Good morning. Egan Berger & Weiner, LLC is an independent financial services firm which is experienced in all aspects of investment and retirement planning. So we're coming up on filing our 2013 taxes in just 8 days. And financial planner Michael Egan is here with tips on how to get the optimum benefit. Good morning.
Good morning, Angela. How are you?
I'm great. Great to see you. Boy, time is ticking away. 8 days.
It definitely is.
So let's get right into the information that you have for us.
Okay. First, I want to stress that these tax tips can actually be used for next year's taxes as well. So if you've already done your taxes, still stay tuned.
Oh, that's good.
But, you know, retirement plan contributions are typically one of the first things we look at. So it's too late to put money in your own 401k, but you can still put money into an IRA. So the IRA contributions for last year were $5,500 for people under the age of 50, and an extra $1,000 or $6,500 if you were age 50 or older last year. So you can still get that done. You can actually set the IRA up and fund it between now and the next 8 days.
Okay. There are a lot of deductions that people might not know about, like professional services fees. Like after I come and see you, could I write that off?
You can. So there's a professional service fee deduction. What does it include? It includes fees for like your certified public accountant, your attorney, as well as your financial professional like myself. So those fees, if they total more than 2% of your adjusted gross income, are actually able to be written off. So for example, if you made $100,000 last year, AGI, and you had $4,000 in professional service fees, maybe you got divorced and you had some extra legal bills, those fees above that 2% or that extra $2,000 would actually be able to be written off on your taxes.
Good information. What about long-term care premiums?
So that's something a lot of people forget about, but typically that's included in your medical expense deduction. So a lot of people are familiar with that. There was a change last year, though, I want to stress. For medical expense deductions, you now have to have those deductions have to total more than 10% of your adjusted gross income for them to be a write-off, unless you're over 65. The government gave you an extra few years. People over 65 can still achieve deduction status if their medical expenses exceed 7.5% of their AGI through 2016. Part of those expenses for medical deductions are actually your long-term care premium. And then based on your age, a greater percentage of that premium may actually be able to be a write-off.
Very good. Oh, you're good. What about 529 plan contributions? What about that?
So, you know, a lot of us are saving for our kids for college. I'm glad to say my kids are almost done. I'm on the last semester, so it's no longer an issue for me. But for many of us who are saving for college, the 529 plan is a big savings vehicle for that. And if you're actually contributing to a plan in which you in the state in which you reside, so for example, I'm a Virginia resident, if I'm contributing to the Virginia 529 plan, I can actually get a state tax deduction on those contributions. Something a lot of people forget about. You know, they're kind of rushing to grab their stuff for taxes, and then they forget about those little things.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Little things, but very important things. Yeah. Okay, this year people can file joint taxes for same-sex marriages.
That's right.
And this is completely new this year.
Absolutely. So for 2013 tax year, this is the first time if you were legally married and you live in a state that acknowledges same-sex marriage, you can actually write it off on your federal taxes, which is great. So, you know, these couples who were penalized before as two single individuals can now actually get the marital discount on the taxes.
Very good. All right, before we let you go, is there anything else that we need to know?
Foreign bank accounts. So this is one thing a lot of people don't really focus on, but for those of us who have that account in the Swiss bank account,
Swiss account, yes.
or the Grand Caymans or something like that, the government kind of was, I wouldn't say they gave amnesty, but they weren't really focusing on in the past. This year they are. So make sure if you have those accounts, you include those on the tax return for this year, because they're going to be looking for that stuff. And if you don't include it,
big trouble.
They're going to be, and they catch you, there's going to be big trouble on it starting next year.
Mike,
definitely.
Thank you so much. Great information.
Great.
And right
Great
on time.
Here, Angela.
Right on time. We'll have more Let's Talk Live coming up right after this.